everybody? Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky. What's going on, Coach Buell?
What's going on, man? My name's Coach Buell. It's my guy, Coach Truck. Have no fear. Big Things is here. Coach, you got the new merch coming on right here. I know you can't see it too good, with camera stuff, but we got the Big Things Kentucky, the baby shirt going on right there. We'll put a picture on Instagram and Facebook. Let me know what y'all think about it. Got my black hat on for Mamba Week. My guy, Black Mamba.
Hey, boy, we put them black jerseys on and did our thing, didn't we?
The Lakers did that thing. Yes, they did, Coach. You was a Trailblazers fan the other day, remember? When they was up one game.
All right, Coach, this week we finally get a go so far. You know, KHSAA said yes. We had the school boards had meeting, the two biggest school boards, Jefferson County and Lexington, Fayette County, kind of held up things for a second, but they said everybody's a go. Now, when this happened, the one thing I will say about the passion of Kentucky and their high school football, this group popped up called Let Them Play Kentucky on Facebook, and it was up to like 30,000 people, and they went to the Capitol and everything, man. These people want their football. So here we are, ready to roll. Hopefully, like you said many times before, it's not about starting as much as are we going to be able to finish. You know, can we get
I'll be honest with you.
Outbreak.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing about it, man. You know, we got to make sure these kids are safe. Like I told somebody in that group, we love football as much as anybody else. This is how that's part of our main thing of our show, high school sports. So we definitely want to go on. We just want everybody to be safe, be cautious, and be smart about it. You know, we know this disease, this virus is serious. So let's be careful how we handle it for sure. Man, I ain't gonna lie, this Zoom interview, we had little struggles this week with the interviews, but we still had two great guests on.
First, we got Coach Lucas from my Briar Jumpers, state champs. Here we go, Coach Lucas. Hey, Coach Lucas, man, we was always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And it's probably one of the greatest endings in KHSA history. We pull it off and got a championship, Coach. Congratulations to you and the Jumpers on an amazing season, Coach. How you been doing, Coach?
We've been doing well, trying to survive like everybody else, but thank you. We appreciate that. Our kids, as everybody saw, found a way there at the last second. So Mayfield is a great team. To have an ending like that, at the least, I'm very proud of those kids, both sides. But we'll definitely take it. First one in 113 years of our school's program.
Coach, man, I also want to give you congratulations. I ain't gonna lie, for 4 years. We had an epic game in 2018 down there to get to the regional championship, to win the regional championship, and y'all stopped us on the goal line. So I went to Somerset Fair, but I love what you do down there. I love what the kids achieved, the swagger they had, and that's all dealing with you. And you actually lost a few key pieces and still did great last year. And like you said, to be good again this year. So.
I'm not sure we are the big team. If you ask a lot of people, and I'd be one of them, the state title may have been won that second round with LCA this year because that was a heck of a game. Extremely well coached, great. Washington County, every year it's a battle just to get out of our district. And that's not counting everybody in the western side. We lost quite a bit. When I say that, we returned quite a bit of our keep. We really need to revamp that. We need depth, which we don't have right now, and we need our defense to come around a great deal. And we just don't have the personnel right now that are mentally and physically. As time goes by, we'll work our way into becoming a pretty good team later in the season.
I know we got Kai Sheriff coming back, and that's quite a bit. So how are we getting ready for this season, Coach?
Like I said, nobody's going to feel sorry for the Briar Jumpers. We do have Kai coming back. We lost 3 of the 5 offensive linemen. I will say a couple of them graduated. They were backups last year. But we go to Corbin with 3 injured to Corbin. We actually come out of with a win at Corbin. So these kids have seen some of that. They're just not seeing it consistently.
Sharon, how does it feel dealing with him being the big name in the state right now? I mean, how's he looking?
Actually, he's gotten better. He's about 6'4" now, 6'3.5", 6'4". He's 215, 217. Leagues, things like that, working with quarterback coaches out of state. He looks really good right now. He has a good strong on him. His base has gotten bigger. Kai has always been a lot faster than what people give him credit for. He's a rider. I mean, people look at him and think he's slow. He's really not. He's a long stride. You may see him on defense a little bit. He is dying. I mean, absolutely dying to play defensive end this year. And if he got to 220 pounds, if he got to 220, we were going to look at it. He's only.
He played in the secondary last year for you too, didn't he?
He did sparingly, but he did play. He would like to play more. I'm all for it. My defensive coordinator does not like playing our quarterback. I've always liked our quarterbacks to play defense, stay healthy at our level. I don't give him a lot of credit in the SEC staying healthy. So let's play him. Let's see what happens. He's a competitor. His dad's a competitor. So you'll probably see
speaking about him being secondary, he covered Darius Smith for LCA last year in big times. I think close to the game. That game up there was a close one. He covered him. So that's a lot about his foot speed, covering one of the fastest athletes in the state. Somebody got beat for a play, but he came back and made a break on the ball and break it up. Looked to the sideline and said,
I could do this. I say, hey, I love that kid swag. I love, hey, I could say that, but last like, man, that kid's all right.
He
So,
is a humble kid.
You know,
He's a very humble kid. And when he gets in the heat of things, though, he wants to win. He's a competitor. You know, he's very respectful. You don't hear a lot out of him. A lot of very humble. You'd love to sit and talk with him. We have a ton of respect for our district. LCA, Danville, Washington County. We play Beechwood. We play Corbin. We play teams that they're coached. So our kids want to compete with those guys. Darius Smith is one, and let me say this, one of the best young men I've ever spoken to. Take football to the equation. He is a great football player in his own right, but I think he's an eat floss up there last year with those kids. He stayed around, shook hands, talked, respectful. Guys, it doesn't get any better than that. I love that about that kid, and I'll be his fan until the day he takes the helmet off and thereafter, because he was just.
Well, Coach Ben, I know you're going into the season. What's the biggest thing you think you got to improve or keep your guys focused on in order to have the same success you had from last year?
You certainly don't want any state championship hangover. I've not seen that. Like I said, we graduated 24 seniors, and we've been trying to approach it to the fact that even though we were part of that team, that was at 24 seniors. Divide, make your own way, make your own team, find your own way. And it's going to be very, very difficult. We've talked about LCA. LCA returns quite a bit. Every time I look on Twitter, they got another kid running 4.5. My goodness, it must be nice. A hard running back, a freshman quarterback last year that took his lumps will be a lot better this year. Washington County's big and athletic. Guys, I'll probably get fired. I've said this for a long time. I could care less about the record. By the time we reach November, I want to make sure we're playing our best game. Nobody's going to build a statue. Nobody cares how many wins Robbie Lucas will take and play at that time, and let the chips fall where they may. And last year, I really do believe there were two teams that were playing the best ball at that time, and it was us and LCA. And I'm you know, the RPI has been nice. Everybody said it helped us. I think the two best teams played in the second round, and that's tough. That's really tough. I hate, for LCA to come up that short, but we had to play in the second round. Of course, in the regular season, they got us. They outcoached it. That loss, if there's such thing as a good loss, it really refocused and recentered us. I appreciate the fact that we went in there and got our butts kicked and our coach, because it gave us something to come back and try to rise to.
Okay, the COVID really slowed you down, man?
What I've noticed in the last 2 days of practice, our hips are bad because we're not been in the weight room like we should be. We don't have those months of building the knee benders. It's a little tough on us to get down where we needed to play football. We look rusty. COVID has had the same impact on all teams. So,
what do you equate your success to, Coach? I mean, there's been a pipeline of kids come through. Your middle school pro. What do you give your had these last few years?
I really think it's the pipeline of the kids that are coming through. Our middle school coaches do a really good job of taking those kids from LCYFL, which is our feeder program. They get out good numbers. There's good athletes there. When we're really good, our offensive and defensive lines are really good. And last year, we had one of the better offensive lines that I've ever coached. And I think probably one of the better ones in the state, to be honest with you, when they were healthy and playing and us winning last year. The longevity part of it is I've got a great staff. Kids that have played for me. I've got two former head coaches on there. I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. I don't want to be the only guy that wants to be a head coach. And those guys come in every day. We do a good job. And that all comes from your assistant coaches. The other thing is our administration, our board. They have put a new field, $500,000 field into it. We've redone our press box. We've redone the fence around the field. We put $55,000 in weight room. We redid the practice field in order to win a state title. You can be the greatest coach in the world, but if you don't have the administration, the support in our community that allowed that to happen, I'm not sure you ever get there. Because, guys, I promise you this, it is very, very difficult. I know people don't understand 3, 4, 5 in a row. It just puts me in awe because it is a very, very difficult thing to do. Hopefully, we continue the longevity. Hopefully, we keep more kids coming through. It would certainly help. It would meet a little bit later, but that's the hand we're dealt. And like I said, it'll be very, very difficult for us to make that run again. There's a lot of football between now and then, but we've got to keep those kids coming through. We've got to keep them to carry some success on.
Man, I got you. I'm riding with the jumpers all the way because we win and we ride, Coach. I wish y'all best of luck. Coach Bill, you got anything else, Coach?
Man, Coach Lucas, man, hats off to you, man. Great program. Like I said, you got some of the top class facilities. I'll tell you what, it's a little dry for lecture, but every time I'm there, I love the facility down there. People, it's a great
people down there. I appreciate the fact that we can talk football right now. And that we do have a season coming up because the one thing that COVID has taught me, I thought maybe ball and love I'd have football, but the one thing that I've learned out of these months is I need it. And I don't mind telling you that it's something I need in my life. I need to be with those kids, and I need to coach. And I love talking football, and I appreciate you all.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Have a good evening, man. I appreciate it. Good luck on the season.
Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Hey, up next, we got Coach Doug Charles for the LCA.
Hey, boy, I was just sitting here while I was waiting on you all. One of my good buddies who was having a little church.
Amen.
Man, they singing it big time.
I hear you, Coach.
Maybe it was meant. Maybe I was.
What's going on, Coach Doug? My man, probably my favorite coach.
I'm doing fine, man. How's my boy Ray doing?
It was a rough season for us last year, man. We got all the way there. It seemed like we played 2 state championship games against them broad jumpers. We just couldn't pull it off, Coach. Hey, that Riverboat Gambler, Coach. Hey, I don't know. Hey, it took a lot to do what you did that first game, Coach. What made you do that, Coach?
Well, like I said, man, we were young and we played so well, and I didn't want it to be on our guys, and momentum had kind of gone on the other side. You know what happens when that happens. I told our guys, when we get to midfield, when we score, we're going for 2. Let's get our best 2 call and go. And we did. And, you know, it's like you're either a goat or a hero, but, you know, I put it in our kids' hands and you know, I think it says, you know, we come here to play and win, and sometimes the best team wins. Sometimes you still win, y'all not win, you know.
Hey, Coach, you had a lot of talent last year, a fairly young team, but you lost a lot of talent. And, you got Anthony Johnson, you got Martin Boylan Mason coming on.
You know, we only had 6 seniors last year, but those 6 seniors were really productive. You know, we lost the lead receiver in the state, D. Smith, who's on in Eastern Illinois right now and doing well. And we lost Trey Hood, our center, and our signal caller on our line, who was an enforcer. You know, and of course we lost Jaden Barnhart, who was a heart and soul of our team last year, strongest kid in the weight room, the guys that helped us. So, you know, we didn't lose a lot of numbers, but we lost a lot of talent, a lot of production. But thankfully, you know, we've got all of our line back except one player, Trey Hood. You know, Drew Long played some there. We've got 10 guys back on defense, starting on defense. We've got a lot more depth than we had last year, quality depth without a lot of drop-off. So, you know, we got a lot of skill players, people we can get the ball to, and but we still have some question marks. You know, our quarterback, you lose a quarter, 67%, complete 67% of his passes, and throws for 300. And it seemed like in big games he played well on big stages, and he just kind of grew as the season went on. Lose that, but we do have 3 or 4 guys that have a lot of talent. We think can fill these roles, but kind of by committee, right?
You know, today everybody kind of was able to go regular speed. How you guys getting back at it, Coach?
Well, certainly COVID. We're all playing by the same hand here. It's you know, my buddy at Madison Southern told me last night, Coach Clark. He said. The best ability right now is flexibility. And really we're truly on an hourly schedule, like a news cycle. It's like, what's going to happen today? Because all of us are having setbacks. You know, it just takes one test now, one routine and get yourself off. So, you know, we're fortunate in the fact that we've had an instance, but we're in quarantine right now, but we'll be back and we're going to be able to get everybody in there before we play our first game. Used all the precautions, but you can't help stuff that come in from outside. You know, the stuff that comes in from outside, you have no control over that, you know. So, but a lot of teams are going to be facing a lot of them playing Team A, and you may be playing Team B, you know, because you just don't know how the thing's going to shake out with everybody's schedule. I saw where Lawrence County today is on their whole team's on a 14-day quarantine, and Catholics canceled their game with the Sales already because of play with have flexibility and play with the hands we're dealt
this year. And how do you plan on getting over the Briar jump? We had Coach Lucas on. He spoke highly of you and your program. How do we get over the Briar jump? Because they got us last 2 years when he counted. How do we get the Briar
Robbie
jump?
does a great job, but he's one of my favorite coaches in the state. And if we couldn't win it last year, I can tell you I was his #1 fan at the state championship, and that was a miraculous game. And it was just their year to you know, it was just a fate. I won talent all over the field, and Robbie does a good job of getting prepared. They've got a lot of returning players. Yes, they lost some players, but they've got some grown men and some ballers back. So it's going to be the same deal. Of course, our district is a gauntlet as every year. You know, Coach Clever's going to have his guys. Coach Sears, we're playing a very good schedule to get us prepared for that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, picked up Dunbar and Catholic. I mean, so how's that Dunbar game? How did that come
you know,
about?
I like to play, as you know, I don't care to play people, and I like to play.
You don't, Coach. Your schedule, Coach, I don't know what you doing, Mercy. What's I got?
But I like to play teams that are going to challenge us, and I'd rather lose to a team that gives us some looks and some experience, somebody out in the second quarter and that kind of thing. So we and I like to play against people I respect, and I have a ton of respect for Coach Johnson. I mean, he and I are friends and go back a ways, and so you know, when the opportunity came, I called him and I said, hey, when the schedule kind of opened up, and he said certainly he'd love to play, and so you know, we're going to play over there. I think week 3 or week 4, and we're excited for the challenge. And then of course we're playing Coach Gay, and I go back a long way with Coach Gay in Parks and Rec that went through Henry Clay. So I've seen a lot of Henry Clay football over the years, and so we're excited to have them at home November the 6th. And of course we have Catholic, and you know, we open up with Madison Southern, and so you know, and in Paintsville they're from last deal. I mean, they're loaded. They got about everybody back. Cake's on our schedule this year.
No, sir. No, sir.
We're very blessed. We're very blessed,
Coach Trump,
guys, that we have the largest roster we've had since LCA's been in football. We have 58 kids on our roster.
Oh, man, that's great.
And we have our staff is all intact. We have everybody. He's going to take our JVs kind of guys and help us there with the varsity JV guys. And then, of course, Morgan Newton came over to help us, and couldn't have been a better time for a guy like that with his experience to come and help us sort through this quarterback
Coach, man, I'll tell you what, one of the classes me and I have met, Coach, you gave me grief in Parker Rex. So I was like, I can't stand up, but after being around you, man, what you did for my family, I can never thank you enough.
Coach, man, 2 great interviews. Once again, we're sorry for technical difficulties we had. Coach still got dial up in there. He got to plug in the wire, go, man. So, you know, we got to get Coach Trump. to get to the 21st century. Hey, man, as always, you have to be a living donor. I'm Coach Mew, my main man, Coach Truck. Shout out to my guy, Coach TB, the cameraman, favorite cameraman. Coach Truck, anything else?
Hey.